What's up, sports card fans, wrestling collectors? We're doing some non-sports trading cards today of my favorite horror villain of all time, Freddy Kreuger, or at least I hope I'm going to get a Freddy. I've got a package here I got in the mail. It includes some Fright Flicks wax packs. I'm going to be hunting for the Freddy for President card. It's a sticker, so I think there's only one sticker per pack, so I may or may not get it, but that's the one we're going to be searching for together. I've got my good luck charm. I'll show you the details of that. We'll open up at least one wax pack today, and we're going to look for the Freddy for President. Let's do this.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
So before we get going, if you've never been here before, this is CollectAWrestlePalooza. We feature all kinds of collectibles, but we have a big focus on 1980s and 1990s professional wrestling, but also pop culture, horror movies, VHS, cassette tapes, vintage t-shirts. If I like it, I'm going to collect it, and if I collect it, I'll feature it on this channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I really appreciate the support. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, or even better, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out more than you know. So today we're opening this up, like I said, but let's look at the good luck charm here. This is a Freddy action figure. I think I bought it at Walmart. It's not, super rare or anything like that. This is from Nika. They make high quality action figures and they're really, really fun. I have a number of them. I have Friday the 13th and we have Nightmare on Elm Street. I've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is my favorite horror movie of all time. But just look at how awesome this figure is. It has removable hands. We've got a couple different gloves. We've got some different faces from the movie. A removable hat. Look at that. That's what he looks like in all his glory. But I'm not going to open him up. I'm going to leave him boxed. I've got a few of them on my shelf. Really nice packaging here. And he is going to be my good luck charm because we are looking for the Freddy for President. But before we get there, let me open this up and just verify that this is indeed the Fright Flicks wax packs, which is what I think it contains. Alright, so we're going to slit the side here as carefully as I can on camera. I always joke, why do I do this on camera? Because it ups the chances that I'm gonna nick the cards or nick the package or whatever, but luckily they packaged it in some cardboard here inside. They knew that I was gonna go crazy and wild with the scissors. Look, I'm Freddy Kreuger, look at me. Alright, we're getting all excited. That's what happens when you start looking at things from the 1980s and 1990s. You just get all kinds of nostalgia, and that's why I do this. I like to think of the collectibles as investments, but ultimately we're just having fun, and we're going through our 40s. I work all day. I want to come home and do something for myself, and what better thing to do for myself than to recapture some of those great memories of growing up and watching my first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. And what was your first Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Leave a comment below. What's your favorite? Is it Dream Warriors? Is it the Dream Master? Do you like the Dream Child? Are you a fan of the original with Johnny Depp and the famous scenes of him and the bed and floating up to the ceiling and all that good stuff? Alright, so this is indeed the Fright Flicks packs. Thank you for your order. Your support of a 5-star review would help so much. That's a cool sticker. They were good to work with, and this was pretty inexpensive when compared to other sellers, so I will be sure to give them a good review. I don't remember the name of the seller, but it was 3 of each type of pack. I believe there were 2 different covers. The Fright Flicks wax packs, they had a few different fronts, and one of the fronts was a Freddy Kreuger face. I don't have any of those in here. I think I have a pumpkin head and something else, but I'm actually going to open it up off camera because this is where it gets a little more delicate. Okay, so here are the packs. Oh, it does have some of the Freddy ones. I didn't know that, or maybe they switched it up. I think he switched it up because I mentioned him. We messaged back and forth, and I said that I would be opening them on the channel. Maybe he included some Freddy ones when there weren't some in there originally. If so, thank you. If I'm just not remembering it, then I'm glad I got some Freddys regardless. We're going to save those for the end. Those are going to be the surefire Freddy for President ones. We've got some pumpkin heads, and we've got some Predators. I'm going to do a pumpkin head just because because for some reason that name seems to resonate with me right now. And this one has a pretty bulbous piece of gum that's intact, so that one is calling to me. This is the one we're going to open first. As always, I've got my paraphernalia back there. I'm going to put the cards into penny sleeves, top holders immediately. We're going to keep them in pack fresh condition. Even though I don't think any of the Fright Flicks are rare or hits, it's more just for the fun of it. And I also want to say the way this is going to work is I will open the pack and then I'm going to reveal the fronts off camera and then only show the ones that I can show. Some of these are pretty gory, if I remember correctly, and I don't want to offend any viewers or anything like that. So if it's too gory, I might not show the card. On the back of this, as I was opening it, I was reading it, it says, the characters, companies, and events depicted in these cards are fictional. Any resemblance to actual persons living or dead, or to any companies or events is purely coincidental. That's what it says on the back. I think that's cool. Do they still do that sort of thing on packages anymore? I feel like that's a 1980s thing, back when these sort of fictionalized characters were first coming into prominence. Now, I don't think they do those warnings anymore, like on sitcoms. Am I right? Leave a comment and let me know if I'm correct in that assumption. But all right, I'm getting itchy here. We're going to open this one up. I did look on the back too, and it's 1988. So indeed, this is from the 80s. I'm a child of the 70s. I was born in 1979. So 1980s was when I was coming of age. Here we go. All right, so the gum was not intact, but it looks like the cards are in pretty good shape. So the way these work is the back of the card has a saying on it and a now playing feature, and it's got a pretty cool comic drawing there with red eyes and a bloody knife and all that stuff to look pretty frightening. And I don't remember if the movie here is what is on the front. We're going to find out. Like I said, I'm going to open this one, or at least look at it before I turn it around and make sure it's okay. It is. So that is the movie. So that's a cool card. The only problem with that is it's off center and the corner doesn't look great, but it's Slimer. You know, just what a cool image for a 1988 trading card. I really like that. I'm going to put him up there so we can see him. Next, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Is it Freddy for President? Let's see. Oh, I hope it is. Oh, it's not. It says, talk about obscene phone calls, and we've got the receiver with a tongue. How funny. He was the first horror villain to have a sense of humor, Freddy Kreuger. We got a Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead might be kind of gory. Let me look at this one off to the side. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to show that one, but that one's a cool one. Here we've got A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. That's an amazing film. I think that is the Dream Warriors, right? And then 4 is the Dream Master. And it shows, oh, I'm going to cover the bottom. And folks that know this series know what I'm covering, but look at that. We got Freddy Kreuger. And it says, she's not exactly a 10, but she's a perfect 1/10. So you can take a guess at what's on the front of that one. We've got Vengeance of the Demon. That is, looks like that's the Pumpkinhead guy. Maybe that's not Pumpkinhead on the front. Maybe that's a different movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, viewers, again. Is that a movie called Vengeance of the Demon, or is that Pumpkinhead? But that's probably my best hit so far, because I think that that is reminiscent of the same character that's on the front of the package itself. So, yeah. So that's the cover boy right there. I'm going to call him Cover Boy, Mr. Cheese. Okay, so this is the sticker. We'll save that one for the end, but that's the one that would be the Freddy for President if I get really lucky. And now the cards are in reverse, so I'm gonna have to turn them around so we can go back to front again. Aliens, this is the gum-stained one. Aliens. That's a pretty cool one. Terrible condition, like I said, but it says, okay, everybody, arms extended and stretch. 1, 2, 3. How funny. We've got another Day of the Dead. That one I'm not going to show. We got a Fright Night. That one's probably okay. Trick or Treat. Oh, that's scary, though. That's scary. Viewers, I'm sorry if you're getting scared. If that's too scary for you, I'm sorry. Trick or Treat. What a cool card. And lastly, we've got The Fly from 1986. One of the first VHSs of all time was The Fly, or at least one of the first widely released VHSs. And the reason I know that is we rented it as a family. We rented the big video cassette recorder, which came in this huge suitcase. It weighed 1,000 pounds. It was silver. Had the flip top, or the, you know, the drawer that would come up like that, and you'd put the cassette in and push it down. It was a video rental club, and I remember my parents got The Fly. I didn't watch it because it was R-rated, but I wanted to, and that was 1986. And that one's a pretty cool card too. That might be the best hit. Okay, who took a bite out of my brain muffin, not bran muffin. Those are cool. All right, let's see here. The sticker is... oh, cool sticker. Long live the Queen, alien. Not Freddy for President. But I'm glad I didn't get the Freddy for President first, because then I wouldn't know what to do with the rest of these ones here. So stay tuned. I'll open these all on camera. We'll do a whole series of it. I'm not going to open another one today because this video is already running long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Join us again. We post new content every Friday night at 8 o'clock. Be good to yourself. We'll see you again soon.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.